Today we're going to be talking about the Power Ranger toys that have all dropped, and I want to say a big thank you to the Montiverse for dropping all of this for us, because yeah, like there is a lot that we're going over, and I mean a hell of a lot, but let's kind of like jump in and talk about all of this. Yeah, there is a lot. So again, Monty, thank you. All his stuff is going to be in the description if you want to go check it out. Now, we're going to be going like one by one. So we have, first of all, our main look at these figures. Now I want to show you something. These are the flip heads, and I am not a huge fan of them. I think Zach is probably the only best looking head on this entire range. I feel like Jason is down the pub every week, every day. Billy just looks like he's in the gym. Trini, it doesn't look like Trini. Tommy just looks like he is really tired. Like, look at his face. I mean, this is just literally a blurred image, but it's not that great. And obviously Kimberly just doesn't look like Kimberly, and most companies can never get her face right. But we can see that even here, I didn't even realize this. Yeah, it's all just a little bit kind of weird. Obviously they have to flip, and Monty will see that at the very end of what it actually looks like. And hopefully what we can do is look at this much later on. We'll refresh this, but the packaging looks really cool. So if we kind of zoom in or look at this, but this is what you get. Now, I don't know the reason why Tommy has this weird like shield type thing, the belt buckle not looking great, and it's just literally, here's the dagger, and then you get blade mode, like, oh yeah, blade mode, and then just the gun, but I think the main thing that we're here for is the actual villains. The villains are the next one. Jumping about, so this is Patrina, who has got some of these, so we can actually have a look at a more in-depth look. So King Sphinx, I was never a big fan of King Sphinx, but it feels like they've put more effort into the monsters. Again, Rita's going to have her arm like doing that, which is going to look weird. But again, this is, I think, what, the third Rita figure? Yeah, this is the third Rita figure that we've ever had. Now, Squat and Babu. Now, one thing I looked here is like with Goldar, these are grey, and this is meant to be black. So I don't know why. It feels like his wings aren't that great as well. But maybe you can detach them. Maybe they'll bring out another version. Goldar looks all right. But I think the main thing is that a lot of people are getting is like Squat and Babu. These are the ones that everybody wants. And then just kind of looking at like, looking at them at the monster, that's when I completely forgotten their names. But also it looks like we're getting putties, and the putties do look kind of okay. Squat and Babu are probably the ones that everybody is going to pick up, because not a lot of figures of them exist. I only remember the actual mainline from Bandai, and this is a thing that we also have to kind of look at as well when it comes to Bandai. But these look all right. They actually look quite kind of decent, and Rita very much looks like the one from the Bandai one back in the day, and that's we'll talk about that in a bit. This is one of the things that I really wanted to talk about. Over here at Power Rangers now, we can see that they released images from, I'm guessing, the magazine, and obviously it's this kid holding the Morpher, and yeah, fair enough, it looks absolutely horrible. And for the price range, which is $16.99, you know, that's what is going to be a thing. A lot of people are going to say, well, you know, this is mainly aimed at kids, but again, Mighty Morphing is the one thing that looks really weird when you're trying to market an entire range. But we get to see the Morpher itself, and it looks absolutely horrible. The packaging looks fine, but it just looks really horrible and blocky. Zooming right into it, I don't know if that's on the right side. I feel like this is on the other side of it, but it just does, you know, comparing to all the other Power Morphers, the original, the re-released ones that we've had, it's always had a curve, and this just looks like it's been 3D printed from a website. The coins itself, to me, just this isn't it. It just feels weird. Like, I don't know if they're gonna pop up, but I think one of the things that I kind of looked at is the red material here. I think it's too big, and the others were slightly like smaller. But yeah, it's just a little bit kind of weird. We can't really see what's behind it, if you can pop it up, or if it's going to have something to hold on like the original Morpher. But to me, I don't know if this is the one that I'm like, yeah, this is absolutely amazing. I will say, the battle bikes, I never actually saw coming. I generally was just like, oh, okay, that's something different. That's something new. Now, I think that if you could take these Rangers don't like go on there, and then you can put on the previous ones, I think that would look really, really cool. And I think that I would try and take out the lever action, as you can see like down here. We've got other battle bikes as well as a putty on there, but I do think the battle bikes look really, really cool. I mean, just there, like that looks actually kind of awesome. It looks a little bit something. But I want you also to remember the helmets, because this is another big thing coming along. But I do think this is cool. I think having this part, it kind of like takes it away from it. Like maybe these, I don't think these are prototypes. I think these are ready to go. But yeah, I'm just not a huge big fan. Like the red looks weird, but like the Triceratops probably and the Mastodon look really, really cool. So I'm wondering if we're going to be getting the rest later on. And again, you can see it's like the flip dino action. So maybe it sits on there and it flips in the air and that's it. That would be kind of cool. So going back into Patrina, these figures here are these are the collectible. These are the collector's line. And this to me looks absolutely horrible. I feel like this is not what you want collectors, because I think a lot of collectors are just going to not get these. You'll get the diehard My Morphing fans, no problem, but you're not going to be getting a lot of people on this one. Generally think that the helmet on the Mastodon looks absolutely horrible, as well as Trini. And yeah, even look at the pink Ranger here. It looks really, really... It annoys me because it's not properly painted, and they have all the specs. See, it's just not painted correctly. So if this is a collector's line, no. This basically looks like they took the Lightning Collection figure, mashed it up with the previous ones, and it just doesn't look good. That's what really like kind of gets me. Now, in my previous video, I was completely right with saying that these are going to be the ones. So I think they're like, what? I can't remember the price, but each one you're going to have to buy separately, and you're not going to get like, oh, here is the pterodactyl, like, you know, with the Mastodon or something. It feels like you're going to have to buy each one, and I generally don't think that's really good. The only cool thing is that you do get little Rangers to go with it, but if you've got like a Zap Megazord, if you've got all the rest, you effectively you don't need these. We do stand corrected that this, obviously the things go up, so fantastic on that one. I know someone commented on my last video about it, so we were kind of in the dark because it's a promo image. But tank mode, fine, you know, this is okay. I just think the pterodactyl's like, hells yeah, I'm riding on top. So yeah, this is something that I think some people are going to get, and this very resembles the original Megazord from the 90s, and that's what is a main focus, especially on top. Like the cannons, like this to me looks like it's I mean, I don't know if it's on a ball joint. I don't know if this is going to be proper, like you're able to properly pose it, or if that is it. But to me, this is not something that I generally would like. Again, look, there you go. There is the Mastodon. It is on its own. So it comes with a sword. There you go. You think the T-Rex would have come with a sword. But effectively, that's it. You're going to have to buy each one at a certain price, and that's not it. I mean, look at there. That's how they think it's meant to go. But even Monty said that he got them to open it up that way. So maybe this one here was like the before. So yeah, he's just like, yeah, I just want to open that. So again, thank you, Monty, for that one. This is what I was generally waiting for, because it just feels like we're here with... I don't know, like it feels like we're going back to like the 90s a little bit, and this is all like blocky. I don't like the fact that these look all blocky. Kind of zooming in, it just doesn't look good. I mean, the blade is going to pop out from somewhere, so I'm guessing, if I remember correctly, yeah, I don't know where. Like I don't know if it's popping up that well, it is popping up that way, or is it going to be, yeah, it's not definitely coming from underneath. But this is what kind of gets me. Like it's 20 phrases and sounds great, but the Blade Blaster to me just looks so off, which just really kind of annoys me. to me, it's too blocky, and even like the originals looked so much better. So, but we can see where the speaker is, so obviously people have listened to it. So I'm guessing like Montyverse is going to like bring all of these out so we can actually hear. Same thing like with the Dragon Dagger, you get a power coin. Absolutely cool. That's all I wanted when I was a kid, when I had my Dragon Dagger. But they've gone back to the kind of original size of what it was from the toys, and that's not something I kind of generally wanted. The iterations of the Dragon Dagger from Bandai and Hasbro have been really, really cool so far. And this looks like they've just taken like the legacy one and made this. This definitely does remind me so much of the original, like the original Bandai one. And if that's what they're going for, they're not targeting the kids. They're going straight. They're not aiming for the kids. They're literally aiming for my demographic. The people who grew up with Mighty Morphing. It's plain to see. The next one are the masks. Fine. You know what? They've actually made all of them straight away. Something that I will probably miss, but again, like Tommy's one looks a little bit off, and it looks a little bit more chubbier around there. The rest, yeah, that to me is just an easy pass. This is not something that I'm aiming to collect. So this is a little bit extra. Yeah, cool. We've got these ones here. This is not for me. I'm not going to be collecting them. I just don't like the fact that they've all got different smirks. It's just not cool for me. So this is definitely not something I'm going to collect. These bad boys, though, on the other hand, this is something that is, wow, I didn't expect to see these. Now, these look completely brand new. Kind of zooming in a lot more. These are completely different from what we've got. This here, it looks like they are completely brand new molds. And if they're bringing them back, again, you can definitely tell that they're aiming for the 90s kids, because kids don't want these sorts of figures. They're aiming for the collectors to be like, hey, let's come and look at this. One thing is here, these look like the Micro Machines that came out. Again, a 90s thing for the 90s kids. So they're just making all of these. It's just something there, just something. These are things that I think people are going to collect and put around their shelves. But yeah, that's definitely a Micro Machines thing. I think so far out of the entire thing for this, I actually generally think these are the coolest ones that they've done. Lastly, at the moment, is the Megazord. This is the ultimate one that comes with 15 phrases. It looks like it's the one, like the original walking one that we had. Like, if you remember back in the 90s, they released the deluxe Megazord, and then they released like another one that was a remote controlled one. That was really blocking. It was absolutely fucking horrible. But this one comes with 15 phrases. So I don't know if this is able to transform it's tank mode. I highly doubt it, because mainly all the electronics are probably running through the body. Now, one thing that Monty said, now this is a very interesting one. Adam said, if this says Megazord sequence initiated in the classic robot voice, I might have to get the 50th Dino Megazord. And then Montyverse has got ... So I have a feeling that that's going to be in there. A quick refresh to see if anything else has been posted. Nope. So this again was an hour ago. So I think everything has been done. But let's have a quick look as I turn the volume on for this one and listen to the video. So now I'm waiting to hear like the ASMR one, but we can see how easily it flips, which is kind of cool. Now, one thing I really want to say is, like, Julian wrote, by the way, do these armored bike? By the way, these armors on those bikes, is it just me? And I looked at that. Why has he got the is that the Triceratops, or is that their updated one? I hope it's not the Triceratops. King Oja, like it looks like they've just copied King Oja, which again, if I highly doubt it, but that would be kind of cool if it was. But yeah, there's a lot that I kind of really want to still go over. We've still got quite a lot when it comes to this. Am I a huge big fan of this? Am I not? I don't know. Like, there's a lot to me in this one that I want to kind of give my thoughts. Like, I want to take some time to kind of like process all of this, even though I've been waiting hours. But yeah, to me personally, I just generally feel that this is all aimed at the 90s kids, and also this very much seems to me to be like that they're aiming at, it feels like they're going back to the Bandai days, and this is something that I generally think is a huge mistake, but I want to turn that into a different video. But in short for it right now, if you made it this far, is because of its Bandai, it feels like they just want to go back to that 90s thing, and it's not something that, I mean, me personally, I liked what Hasbro was doing with their figures. This just seems it is the same. So I might do an unhinged rant about all of this. But yeah, I just generally feel like everyone wants to go back to the 90s and that's it. And they want to go back to the Bandai style. But for me, some of this is a hard pass. Maybe if I do reviews for the channel. But again, price points are fine. Hopefully they're all decent, but yeah, I am gonna leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. What are you gonna be getting? Do you think this is a really good thing, or are you completely and utterly checked out of this brand? Let me know down below in the comments and let's discuss. If you like this sort of content, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon and the channel memberships because it does help the channel grow. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。